Are we live? We are now.
We are.
I just saw it. Well, what's up, everybody? What up, pre-gamers?
What's up, everybody?
Good to be back. Trying to get this link set. Morning, Claire. Oh, boom. Claire's on it this morning. I was like, what's up? Will's trying to overcome, morning Ryan 840. He's trying to overcome some nasal spray that he just got. I think it made it worse, didn't it?
I don't know. It's weird now. Is Ernesto on yet?
Hey, Sarah. I don't see Ernesto yet. Sorry, that's funny, not funny?
You don't need to laugh at it every time.
I can't help it.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Claire. Hi, Ryan. Ryan 840.
Oh, Will, any word yet? Is there something you got to tell me?
Any word yet? What are you talking about?
She has an idea. Are we not?
Idea?
It says, Claire said, any word yet? Did you tell Bill my idea?
I have not told you the idea yet because I haven't
just
seen you. But Claire has an idea for T-shirts.
Ooh.
And she's wondering if there's a conflict of interest between using our logo. You know what I mean?
Oh, like
if she could use our logo,
Morning Hookup logo.
If she's not
or is it like against the company here? Right.
I think that's what she's wondering. If the company would have a problem with that.
I don't. Why? Maybe no.
We'll have to ask Katie. I'm sorry, Claire. I've been slacking.
They don't even know our show's even on.
Ernesto, I'm glad you're finally on. You texted me to use your soundbite. I can't find it now. It's not. I must have accidentally deleted it in my email. I don't have
Morning,
it now.
Shane. Sarah, do profits? I would buy a T-shirt.
We've tried to get T-shirts going.
Do profits go directly to Bill and Will?
We were talking to somebody in town about T-shirts, but it just never got anywhere.
We need them.
My idea is to have caricatures of us on the back, of big heads,
Yeah. I'm listening.
Yeah. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
I just don't want to forget, man.
I know I can't even find mine.
Uh-oh. This is going to be Better Call Mako.
No, it's not back here.
Oh. When are you going to learn to put it in a nice, proper space, proper spot?
It wasn't an issue until now, Hooks.
I mean, mine just goes I have this.
Ernesto, I may get
headphones.
to it. I don't know. We have a packed show today.
Headphones, and they go right here. See this little pouch? Name tag goes right there. Every show. Close. Zip. Oh, in the morning, I wake up, do the show.
Ernesto, tomorrow might be better to play that.
Yeah, what about he said tomorrow's fine. Robin Washut, Bryan Munson. Robin will be on the phone with us. Mr. Munson's going to stream. I think he likes that.
A lot of people like that. When I brought that up last week, a lot of people really enjoyed
They got to put the faces together.
Yeah, but I also really like phone interviews. There's something about not seeing the guy.
Yeah.
That I enjoy. Not because they're ugly.
Like the mystique.
Yeah.
The mystique of it.
But the viewers like that. So we'll see what we do.
Yeah, well, a lot of
apparently Robin doesn't like
Robin must not. But maybe it's I bet you it's because last week went really well, but I wonder if it's because a lot of times Robin has his kids around.
Right.
And you just want to be the distraction. Or, for us, for him.
Yeah. Right.
So, yeah, because we haven't talked to Robin. After the show last week with Robin is when we got a couple of commits.
Oh, that's right.
I went back and looked at the date. It was after that when we got the 7-footer and Justin Bullis.
Yeah, Justin Bullis.
Yeah, so we'll talk to him about that. Claire said a T-shirt money could go towards a 2-hour show. That's what it takes. Funding. You have no idea how true that is.
I don't know why we haven't ponied up and just got our own shirts.
Great idea.
You obviously have the bankroll to do it. And,
why is it
because I don't have the bankroll to buy 100 shirts. I'm just being honest.
Why?
Why? What do you mean? Why?
All right. You know what? I'll take this on. Me and Claire take off. You don't have a name tag. I got a name tag. They have ideas. We can make it happen.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Morning Hookup. Bill Hooks, Will Wilson, band back together.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. Boy, a lot of fun to get to today. We'll get to Robin Washut, Bryan Munson, both with HuskerOnline.com. We got a lot of land to cover today, Will Wilson.
Yeah, we do.
Because there's been so much. I was gone yesterday. Thank you and you again for holding it down. I was out playing around.
I have something to do before we get into everything.
Oh.
Ow!
Yeah, I know. How good are you feeling right now?
I feel great.
Like, wow.
I didn't expect to go 2-0 on the road in Denver, but the T-Wolves are trying to sweep the Denver Nuggets.
They're on a heater right now.
It's unbelievable.
Like, it's the way they're playing versus the way that they've changed their ability to change the way Denver has played.
Ow!
And I tell you what, Ant is on a mission.
Man, he is so fun to
Taking
watch.
over games.
Not only that, but Naz Reid
Mm-hmm.
is having an unbelievable series so far. I mean, did you see last night? Any player who he was guarding did not make
Shut
a
down.
shot.
Nope.
And are people forgetting that I said in the offseason when they re-signed him
You
that
love
how
that.
big that was?
I did not forget that. I knew that.
He is a sixth man of the year. I mean,
Yeah.
He is so good. This team is good enough to win it all. And I think they
they're
will.
proving it right now. Now, long way to go. Denver's still a really good basketball team. But right now, Denver's dug a hole. Now you got to go to Minnesota.
A very nice
Right.
start.
Gotta
Who
go
thought that Minnesota would be up 2-0 on the
No
road?
way. No way. You did.
Well,
Not 2-0,
no,
but-
not even. I didn't even think they'd be up 2-0.
Not
I
2-0,
thought,
but you want them. You think they're going to win it all.
I mean,
They're
they won by
playing like it.
they won by 26 points last night.
Yeah, they're playing like it.
I feel great.
They're playing like it. So we'll get to that. We're going to talk probably after months. We'll get a little hodgepodge of sports.
Sorry, I just had to do that.
I love it. You do what you got to do.
Ow!
We'll have a lot of hodgepodge of sports coming up after Bryan Munson because I want to talk Nebraska baseball. I know you guys talked that yesterday with Evan.
Yes.
I'm disappointed. I'll just tell you that now.
Yeah, I know. You really wanted to sweep last weekend.
I'm disappointed.
They got the
There's-
series.
They got a series,
They're only down one spot for
I know.
first place. So,
but don't miss opportunities. And that Sunday's a problem. It's been a problem. It's continued to be a problem.
Yeah,
That and we
sucks.
got golf coming up. We got all kinds of stuff. Haven't had a chance to talk to Derby with you yet.
Yeah, how about that?
I texted him like, what an amazing finish.
It was a great race.
My goodness.
And I kind of already
Unfortunately, I did the horse you were on second.
I thought when I was watching the photo, I
Mhm.
thought he got second, but no. Sierra Leone got
Third.
second, and my
Oh,
horse got third.
Third. Okay.
But I continuously said this yesterday. If you watch the stretch where, the final run, Sierra Leone, the 2-horse, bumped my horse
Oh.
when he was just getting into stride.
Oh,
And that could really ruin a horse's, momentum. And it did. So I think if that doesn't happen, my horse wins that race.
Wow. As we were watching at the house, and my Tanner was his birthday on Saturday, a lot of friends over hanging out. As we were watching, I just kept thinking about to your notes. I wanted to go back and compare
Oh, my notes.
the horses to what your notes said, because I think you were spot on in a lot of places.
Yeah, not Mystic Dan, though. I threw that.
No, that one, not that. But I'm talking about the favorite, right?
Fierceness.
15th,
Yeah.
out early, sloppy track.
Yeah, I know a
I
guy.
thought right about them. Like, oh, that was on the notes.
I can't remember. My buddy told me about this. I think one of the horses in the Derby was called Society Man, I think. And my buddy's buddy had like $20,000 on this horse to win, and he got dead last.
Oh my!
Could you imagine
Goodness.
betting $20,000 on a horse that you think is going to win the race, and he gets dead last?
He got bad information or bad notes, or he just sucks
Man.
at doing it.
That
Which one? You pick one.
But yeah, the favorite didn't even hit the board.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Gosh, we'll get to all that and have a lot of fun. Again, we'll have Robin in about 5 minutes. He's going to give us a call here. We'll talk to you about a couple recent Husker basketball commits and, rank being out and all that kind of stuff and what it means and where they need to go. You did not have darts last night. You're out, right?
No, yesterday was the final day of the tournament. I worked happy hour.
Yeah. What's that like now that you have to watch?
You
You're
know,
pouring drinks for the competitors.
I'm kind of over it.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm moving on.
Because you have to pick up, like you're picking up some shifts right now, right? Based on the fact that there's a really good dart player playing dart still.
Yeah,
Christian. So
who's on the Wheaties box. And I left early last night. I didn't see the final. So I have no clue who won, actually.
Why?
I was tired, and I just wanted to get out of there. And
pissy.
No, not even. I also knew if I stay there longer, I would have had to Uber
more
home. So
yeah.
And I didn't really want to do that.
No.
No, but I want to know who won. I should make a call, but I can't dial out calls on this phone right now.
Ridiculous.
So I don't even know who won last night.
Yeah.
But anyways,
let us know. Everybody knows.
I'm over darts for the moment. Because
you got some
we start a new season tonight.
Is it a new era?
It is Bago League.
Now, is this singles, double? What is this? Partners? But
Doubles.
Are you running with the same partner in this?
No.
Okay.
No. So if you remember when I first played Bags, it was me and Colin, and we loved it. We were so good.
Mm-hmm.
Then I played. Then he moved away, so I had to find a new partner, Joel. He couldn't make it half the time. So
we were moving right along through partners.
Now I got Chase, my buddy Chase.
Chase is on the case.
Yep.
You should keep saying that.
Chase is on the case. So we Bago League. And for all you wondering, we don't say Cornhole League. We say Bago League. I don't know why. Don't get mad at me. That's just how it's called. So that starts tonight.
Now, is Chase going to be like the partner going forward? Is this like full time?
Yeah, no.
Where are we at?
He's the partner. Yeah.
Like full time. Next going forward, everything.
Yeah. He's the partner.
Wow. We've had the same partner for a while.
Yeah, I know. So we'll see how it goes, man.
All right. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Your mom said bags.
Bago League.
Yeah. Bags.
You were talking about something before we came on.
Yeah, I'm a little like I don't get this. Like, okay, before we get to Rob, he's gonna call like 3 minutes. Bathroom etiquette, bathroom stuff. All right. So as a man, like you go and you see 3 stalls, right? 3 urinals. Guys on the left, you always go to the right. You never get beside one, right? And don't talk to me.
And don't be the dirtbag who goes to the middle urinal.
Yeah,
like, that's just weird.
Yeah, just weird. But I'm in there. I don't know. I go to work. Oh boy, somebody in there this morning and like standing up, going to the bathroom, one thing in the right hand and TikTok in your left hand. That's weird, right? Am I weirded out about that?
No.
The standing up, right hand occupied, left hand on the phone.
Whenever I go to the bathroom, I always get my phone out and
what?
Yeah, look through Twitter or
why are you going to the bath? Like standing up? I mean, I get it, maybe sitting down stuff.
Well, listen, like you got to pass the time.
Oh, weird.
What else are you gonna do? What do you do? What do you when you're like?
I'm there to go to the damn bathroom.
Yeah, but what are you thinking about?
Nothing.
It's just you and your mind.
I'm going to the bathroom. Like, let me pee. Let me wash my hands and get out.
Yeah, but some people like to pass the time by getting on TikTok.
Doing what?
What's the big deal? It could be worse. You could have his camera out and snapping pictures of your wee-wee.
I don't know if that's happening.
I'm just saying it could be worse.
I just thought it was weird. That's me. I'm just glad that the said person did not talk to me because I'm not a bathroom talker.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I think that's weird too. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, it took me
How
a
was
lot.
Your weekend?
I remember like a year ago, I'm in there taking a leak, and Governor Jim Pillen walks in next to me, and I
just give you the
yeah.
How you doing, sir?
No, I didn't say anything. No. I didn't say anything. Yeah, so that's I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that.
That's weird. So I just didn't know. It was just me. Your sister says loving that sweatshirt. Maggie said loving that sweatshirt. Well,
I see Maggie changed her profile picture on YouTube. She was obviously not liking the other one.
No, what happened?
I don't know. I'm sure she
change.
She thought more. She noticed how a lot of people look at the stream, so she's like, "Oh, I got to change my photo." I think that's where.
And if you didn't hear us before, we're on Claire said Bill and Claire are on the case for these T-shirts, right? We've been talking about T-shirts.
Do you like my idea though? I think it'd be fun if we had like caricatures of the two of us with like big heads on the back.
Yeah. Is there enough room for both our big heads?
I don't know. I think that'd be fun,
right? I do like that.
We can give them away. It's a shame that we've been doing the show for 3 years now.
3 years together, and
we haven't ever had a T-shirt.
Never.
Yeah.
Is everybody else? Every other station has one, don't they?
Yeah, but I don't think they have certain shows.
Huh.
Like
they just say something.
They're
the main
station
part of the station.
T-shirts.
We need to be way more.
Oh, okay.
Meg said she didn't have a profile picture before.
Got it.
Stepping the game up.
I thought you did.
Oh, are you on the case of that?
No, I could care less.
So we have Rob in Washut here any minute. He should be calling, and we'll talk hoops with him. And, yeah, there's a lot going on. Baseball talk later on. Bryan Munson. What's up next, boy? Looks like football is headed towards maybe getting a 2025 quarterback.
Yeah, that's exciting. There was also an article on CBS Sports that they sat down with the rule, and they were talking about the helmet
technology.
Yeah, and he was like the big interview in that piece because he used it in the NFL.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course. Yeah, he'll know a lot about it
So,
and
yeah.
stuff.
So that's it. I wanted to ask Brian about that when he comes on.
How important that is. That's so important. It's going to be awesome.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know. To me, it's weird because they cut it off with what,
15 seconds. But you got 25. Was it 40, right? You got 25 seconds to talk through stuff real quick.
Interesting.
25.
And only one
15.
Only one player has it.
Yeah, it's quarterback.
Interesting.
The quarterback could be the one that does it. That does it.
Well, I believe we have the one and only Robin Washut. Robin, hello.
Am I on the air?
You are, buddy.
You're on the air.
You're the most punctual guest we have.
Good. That's usually not something people say about me, so I appreciate hearing that.
And then the people are also debating on why you don't want to be on the stream with that face that you have.
Oh, mostly just out of practicality, like knowing that I need to be mobile. I got to be able to jump up and address my kids fighting each other at any moment. So
got to get the snacks.
It's more just not being trapped on a laptop.
Yeah,
be able to multitask.
We also have really judgmental listeners. Like if you show a cabinet in your house, a lot of people would probably, if they don't like it, they let you know about it. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So that's the other part of it. And I'm still pretty unkept right now too. So it's just for the better.
Well,
for everybody.
That's not true. You wake up kept, man. Come on.
Little do you know.
Little do you know. Well, Robin, we'll jump right into it here. Boy, I mean, after the show when we talked last week, they get it. Nebraska gets a 7-footer out of Washington. Braxton May, is that how you say it? Is it May?
Mia.
Braxton Mia. Boy, 7'1". Not a couple of things that you don't normally hear, and that's Nebraska getting a 7-footer. You're like, well, why didn't Purdue get him? Because they get him all the time, but Nebraska gets one. Talk about Braxton a little bit and what he brings.
Yeah, so Nebraska's gotten 7-footers in the past. They just haven't been any good, like the Survey Vucetic type. So this is a little different in the fact that he's 7'1", 250-ish. But he's a proven performer at the high major level, which is kind of a separator compared to any 7-footer Nebraska's had in a long time here. At Washington last year, he didn't. It's kind of one of those deals where his season was derailed by he had an ankle injury right before the start of the season, and then he finally got healthy enough to play, and then he hurt his hand, and so that kept him out of the lineup. So kind of an injury-riddled season, but he still averaged 5 and 5 and led Washington in block shots. I think he had 27 on the year. So I mean that's what he does. He's a defensive presence in the post. Really elite level shot blocker. Good defensive rebounder. Actually, really good defensive rebounder, and just kind of one of those guys that makes it tough for teams to score at the rim. Offensively, he's limited. He shot 77%. I think he led the nation in 2-point field goal percentage, and that's because all he does is dunk. He catches lobs, and he gets dump off passes by the rim and finishes. So while he doesn't bring really anything much more than 5 feet from the rim, when he is at the rim with the ball, odds are he's going to flush it. So it's kind of a trade-off you get there where he's there for his defense. He provides something in that area that Nebraska just doesn't have on their roster right now, and that's, like I said, a real elite level shot blocker, rim protector, and kind of enforcer in the defensive paint. So checks all those boxes. He's a former Pac-12 all-defensive team selection 2 years ago. So like I said, he's shown that he can do it and gives Nebraska some much-needed depth and defensive presence in the low post. So especially with Rink being out for the season, they needed another body. And while he doesn't do anything that Rink did offensively, he does as much, if not then some, than what Rink did defensively.
I had to go back and check myself. I thought Dubio KK was 7 foot, but no, he was 6'8".
Yeah, no, he looked like he was 7 foot. That's the most jacked basketball player I've ever seen in my life.
He was fun. We're talking to Robin Washut. Robin, it's good news that we got a 7-footer, and it's better news now knowing that we're not going to have Rink Mast this upcoming season. Talk about the news that came out with him and where we need to go from here if we need to make any additions.
Yeah, I mean, technically it was an announcement, but there had been plenty of rumors and rumblings suggesting that was probably going to be the case. Like, I don't think it was a question that he was coming back. It was whether or not he could play next season without having that surgery. Because if he needed the surgery, odds are he was going to miss significant time, if not the entire season. And I don't think it's a deal where, like, it's a recovery that's going to take him all season. I think it's going to be a lengthy recovery, but they really want to make sure that they get this thing fixed. Like, this is a knee injury he's been dealing with for a long time, and he kind of gutted it out and played through it, went through a minor cleanup surgery after the Kansas State game last year, and was just kind of able to navigate the season through the injury. But they know that not just for his basketball career, but really for his just long-term health, this is something that needs to get fixed right. And so that's what they're going to do this year. They're going to, do the full-blown surgery. They're going to go through the full recovery and make sure that he is as close to 100% as physically possible before he gets back into any sort of formal basketball work. So that's unfortunate for Nebraska next season. The good news is that because he still has to appeal and be granted, but he likely will get a medical hardship waiver that will allow him to return in 25, 26. Now, that's a long way away. A lot can happen between now and then. He's going to be a 25, 26-year-old dude that has played a lot of basketball. So, we'll see what the future holds as far as 25, 26. But, I think the decision was made for Rink's best interest, not only, like I said, for his basketball future, but really for his long-term health.
Robin, when you look at that, obviously, Mass, I think it's a massive blow. Obviously, you want to get the man healthy so he can continue his career, pain-free and ready to go. But now you look at it, you brought in the 7-footer, you got Andrew Morgan, you also get the 6'9" local kid and Justin Bolus. And how do you see them you can't replace what Mass has done. It's like Casey, right? Say 2 or 3 guys. Mm-hmm. How do you see him doing that with Mass being out?
Well, there's a reason that when they started doing their in-home visits, Andrew Morgan was the first guy they went to go see, just because they knew they needed not just a backup plan, but they needed someone that could do the same things that Rink could do. So there wasn't that kind of irreplaceability that there was last year. When Rink wasn't on the floor, they just didn't have a 5 that could do anything that he was doing. So, a trash truck just drove by going like 40 miles an hour down my street. Anyway,
slow down.
I had to glare at him. Anyway, so Rink, his primary attributes were his offense, and so that's what Andrew Morgan is. Andrew Morgan does a lot of the same things that Rink can do, especially with his ball handling and post moves and just kind of scoring ability. Now he is not nearly the perimeter shooter that Rink Mast is. So that's something that, other people are probably going to have to step up and fill. But as far as, just kind of being that weapon inside 3-point line, and, he's a good passer. He's not quite what Rink was, but he's a good passer out of the high post. And like I said, he can create off the dribble and do a lot of versatile things for his size. That's probably going to be the best way to try to replace what they lose with Rink offensively. And then, with Braxton Mia, he does everything and then some that Rink did defensively. So it's going to be a committee thing. And I don't know if that, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like I said, last year when Rink was not on the floor, they really couldn't do a lot of the same things. Now you can kind of mix and match different players and personnel to do all of the same things you were able to do with the Rink last year, just through a committee approach.
So as a whole, Robin, you like this transfer class we're bringing in? I'm seeing On 3 has them ranked pretty high. When the transfer portal opens again, do you expect us to hit it again?
Well, just because it's like closed, that just means guys can't enter anymore. So
Right.
you can still add guys all the way
I got it. Okay.
through the summer. So, basically until the start of the fall semester. So there's really no rush on that outside of the top end of the talent pool kind of getting picked over more and more by the day. So that's where the pressure to, they're going to add at least one more spot. They're going to add a power forward, someone that can do a little bit of the Josiah Alec type thing where, not just be a defensive rebounder and kind of an aggressive guy, a physical guy that way, but also someone that can give him a little bit more perimeter threat. So you're looking for a physical, athletic, shooting power forward, like a stretch 4 type that probably brings a little bit more defensively. I think is kind of the ideal picture of what they're looking for. So they have 2 open spots. That's how they want to address one of them. And at this point, especially after getting Justin Bolus, I don't know if they're necessarily going to force the issue in trying to get that 13th scholarship filled for this season. For one, you just don't need 13 guys anymore. It's more just you're adding guys just to babysit them for a year before they transfer. Nebraska had 2 scholarship guys last year that never played a single minute, and they still made the NCAA tournament. So there's I think there's probably more advantage to hold on to an open spot just in case, something comes up, some late transfer or whatever it may be. And you can give that spot to a walk-on. Sam Hoiberg's going to play a ton of minutes this year. He might be deserving of a scholarship. There's other guys like Bolus or Cale Jacobson or, other guys that you can give that spot to, even if it's just for a year, and then have an additional spot just to have in your back pocket. So that's how I envision their plan. They're going to add, like I said, another power forward, and then probably keep that last spot open going into the summer. And as for what power forward names are out there's not a lot. It's been kind of radio silence out of the Hendricks Center right now. So not a lot of tangible names. There's the Berkey. I am not even trying to pronounce his Turkish last name, the kid from UCLA. Look up his name and try to say it. That should be, you have a call-in segment. It's who can try to pronounce this name? But anyway, that's probably the one guy that I would say at least has some traction to it. But again, it's been so quiet, it's hard to know exactly where that pecking order is just now.
Robin, when you look at it, obviously we've talked about Master trying to replace or whatever. You lost Casey, yada yada, and all that, and trying to do that. But is there a position group that's gotten better? And I feel like the answer is probably point guard, because last year I know we went through stuff and trying to figure that out. But talk about that, because I think the point guard's a valuable spot in any offense, but particularly this one.
Yeah, no question. That's by far the right answer there, just because they didn't have a point guard last year. And now they got 2 of them. They got 2 guys that have played extensive high major games and I think made a combined 130 starts between them, between Aaron Eulis and Raleigh Wooster. So that in itself changes a lot. And, we talk about what they lose with Rink Mast. Well, some of that is made up for in the fact that they actually have true point guards. The Mass was so important last year because they did not have a true point guard. You're working with a converted shooting guard and a converted wing to be your lead guard, and you kind of had to make do, and that's what made Rink's high post passing so critical for them to be able to function in the half court. Now they actually have 2 true point guards, proven point guards that can take on a lot of that responsibility, and that's going to be a huge luxury for them, just to be able to run maybe a more traditional offense. So, that's by far the biggest upgrades they've made. I'd say maybe collectively they're shooting. You're not going to replace Casey. CJ was really good when he was on, but he could also get really, really cold. So you'd hope that maybe the combination of Gavin Griffiths, Connor Season, those guys can kind of provide a little bit more, not just firepower, but consistent firepower, to where you're not having the hot and cold that you got with CJ, and you're able to try to replicate all that Casey gave you, especially down the stretch.
Berkey Bayuk Tunsil. I think that's Bayuk Tunsil.
There you go.
That's what I'm going with, Robin.
Whatever.
Okay,
So
good.
funny.
We'll roll with it.
Robin,
call him Bergie.
yeah, Berkey. That's it. Hey, you.
I don't Burke.
Hey, you.
He's from Turkey,
Burke.
so Turkey Berkey. I don't know.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
that's the way I say it.
I wonder if like the PA announcers and like Kim Pavelka are thinking, man, don't get that guy because we'll be in trouble.
Oh, I know. Yeah, JP's got his work cut out for him.
Robin, last one before we get you out of here, man. Have you already? I'm sure you have, and you're looking forward to it. What's it going to be like for Christmas in Hawaii?
Still trying to get the green light on that from the wife, but I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews of that because I talked with a coach that has coached in that event before, and he said like there's not a lot of downtime. So like you go there and like if you're actually there for the basketball and doing all the basketball things, they don't give you a lot of opportunity to like go do the like full blown Hawaii experience. But that being said, it's Hawaii. Like I don't have to do anything. Just give me a fruity cocktail on the beach and let me write my story watching the ocean. I'm perfectly okay with that. So I'm still in the process of trying to get that cleared, but that's going to be a pricey work trip considering I have to buy 3 additional plane tickets and keep my family entertained for a week over Christmas.
Yeah, well, we all remember how that
to be determined.
Yes, it'd be a great. It's also be a good spot for Nebraska to be there as well. So, well, Robin, appreciate you, brother, man. Thanks for your time, and we'll talk to you real soon, my friend.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
See you, Brian.
Robin
Or
Washut. Robin Washut. Hustleline.com.
It's Robin.
It's what you
I
said.
said, thanks, Brian. No, thanks, Robin. We love you.
Rob. Good stuff, man. There's a lot of good stuff coming in Nebraska basketball, and they'll get it right. So, all right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Bryan Munson, HuskerOnline.com.
More next on the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
We need to work on your
What?
Going to break.
I was confused. You threw me off there just based on the fact that you called him Brian.
No, but
That's on me.
no. The only problem I have is you said we're going to take a break.
Did I say after the break again?
No, you didn't. You said we're going to take a quick break.
Come back with Bryan Munson. HuskerOnline.com.
Did you say come back?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't.
Hold on. We could.
Or we'll talk to Bryan Munson. Something. I messed it up. I don't know. Best comment of the day was when Robin talked about the truck going by. Ernesto's like, that was just.
I saw that.
We'll come back with Bryan Munson.
Come back, Bryan Munson. Yeah.
Didn't it say with? Come back with Bryan Munson?
You didn't say with.
Oh, I missed the with. That wasn't bad. It wasn't great.
That was good.
What'd you think I said?
Nothing. You're doing really good today.
No. Thanks. Glad I'm doing really good just today.
Brian should be joining us on stream.
Yeah, you'll be able to hang out with Brian coming up. The Morning Hookup returns after the break. Logging in. Look at this. There he is. Dude, hey, take one. Bryan Munson.
All right.
What's up, guys?
Did it. There he is. What's going on, man?
I got the actual computer to work. So I think what happened last week was I was using my headset to do all the interviews and my recording and whatever, and I never adjusted the volume. So everything was muted, and it was all going through here, and I was like, what is going on? And I was freaking out. So everything seems to be up and running right now, guys. So how is your Tuesday morning?
Oh, it's off to a great start.
It's been really good.
It has been a lot of fun.
Hooks spent a few minutes kind of complaining about guys at the urinal and they're on TikTok at the same time.
I don't get it.
Like he's not really happy with that idea.
Oh my goodness. I missed that.
There's bathroom etiquette, I think. One, like if there's 3 urinals, one on the left, you go to the far right.
Well,
don't stand beside me.
We all agree on that.
Don't talk.
We all agree on
don't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I don't understand when there's something in your right hand and you got your phone in your left watching TikTok.
I'd have to say that I'd agree with that as well.
It's kind of weird.
I don't quite understand that phone out kind of business. Once you're kind of stepping up to the plate, so to speak, it's all business. Get your business done, get over, wash your hands, and then get that phone back out of your pocket and get back to whatever you were doing.
There's time.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay with it.
That's because your age and you love TikTok.
Well, I mean, like I said, like, what are you supposed to do? We just sit in silence for a minute or however long it takes you.
Well,
you're just,
whatever.
You're just an old man.
I tell you
You're
what,
just
if
an old man. That's what you just called me.
No. Anyways,
Yeah.
Brian, how's your week been? Yeah.
So far, so good, guys. I think that, I caught my breath last weekend because I think the weekend before I caught up with 12, 14-ish visitors. Couple new offers out, which are kind of interesting that I'm kind of monitoring. We're going to have some stuff in 3 and Out tomorrow, but today kicks off, a fairly important week of recruiting for Nebraska. You've got Mangum. Oh geez, I'm just totally now blowing the name.
It's okay. It's okay. You figure out the name. We're gonna go on air right now.
Right, here we go.
Okay, got it.
Stay there.
Yep.
Mustang Sally. Guess you better slow your Mustang down.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup. Happy Tuesday. Special thanks to Robin Wash at HuskerOnline.com hanging out with us, talking some hoops. We're going to keep the Husker Online train rolling, but flip it to the gridiron and talk some football with Bryan Munson. Brian, what's up, my friend?
Hey, guys. Always good to see you. I kind of like this new tradition here, although I didn't think the new tradition was going to require some different intro music, man. Where is
I know. Well, you want to throw this on me?
That could have been the third song.
Mister, I want to play this music
I want to
today.
play the music, but it could have been in the next segment.
Okay, Brian, I apologize.
Not a lot wrong with Mustang Sally either. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Huey Lewis the News snob. Like I can't claim that one, but yeah, no, it's always seemed to kind of mark that time with you guys on a Tuesday morning.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're doing this stream because I think people really liked it the last time we did it. Now, Robin Washut has elected to stay and be a phone guy.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't understand it.
Yeah. Well, last week I saw a lot of him talking to you guys like this. And I wondered how he was even was he at a library? Like how was he even? I'm trying to.
For those of you listening on the radio, he's currently mocking Robin and his gestures.
I did catch Robin playing with his hair last week too.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he was in class or I don't know what was going on. I'm sure Sean didn't say you in the back I think the dog is actually going to make a
cameo.
Let's go.
There he is.
Go.
Look at that dog.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is Sue with an H.
Ooh, Sue.
Yeah.
Is that you named? I'm sure you named it after Ndamukong.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All of my dogs have been named after Huskers. I have had Husker. I have had Devaney, and I also have my lab is Frazier after Tommy Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Ndamukong Sue. So this was almost Rex. We were between a boy and a girl. We got the girl, so it's Sue. The next one, I'm looking at probably getting a red lab, and it's going to be Red Wine.
Red Wine. Yeah. Look at that. I love this.
Jarvis Red
beautiful.
Wine. Loved watching Jarvis Red Wine back in the day.
Speaking of hopefully getting some new ones, how about that segue? You were just talking about during the stream before we got on the air that it's a big week for Nebraska. Updates because they're back on the road now, right? Like spring game has come and gone.
It is,
and now they're back to real work.
No, they are. I mean, it's been fun to watch because this whole process now with the visits, they're different. I mean, if I was recruiting either of you as a college coach before, I would come in and catch you during athletics period, or I would catch you, while you're going through a workout, or, the coach would pull you out and I'd go talk to them, and then I'd talk to the guidance counselor and I'd take a look at you and we kind of do the, hey, hi, bye, do the little bump thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or if we want to get really carried away and do the illegal kind of thing, which we all knew kind of happened anyway, we have to go have a conversation. But now the way that the rule is kind of set up, you can actually talk to these guys that are going to be seniors in the fall. So and what's kind of interesting about it is that like Nebraska has made this an event. They've made it kind of more of a kind of a situation than just kind of coming to the high school like we talked about before, and now they've altered it to where they're grabbing typically multiple coaches. They're putting them into, like they kicked off last week with Lake and Southwest wide receiver Jackson Carpenter. Yesterday they were out checking out, 2 top tight end targets with Chase Lofton and Ryman Ziebert. They were also out to catch Christian Jones, Caden Vermoss, and then they went back out to Wahoo and saw Connor Booth. Oh, and I keep leaving out Mooberry, and I don't mean to do that because obviously he's not a come along thing with Millard North and Vermoss by any means, but just mentioned the 3 commitments last night, obviously that they were out to see because they kind of saw Jackson. I think they were kind of trying to figure out how they were going to do it, and then they started to kind of figure it all out week 2. So it's interesting because now the families are coming out and spending time with the coaches. And like I said, I think last week with you guys, this kind of replaces that kind of critical in-home visit that we used to talk about like in December, just because they have moved up the early signing date, so much. There's not going to be an opportunity really for the head coaches to get out and get in home and have those kinds of visits anymore.
We're talking to Bryan Munson. Bryan, you mentioned that there's so many new offers going out right now. Kind of highlight some of the ones you got your eye on.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually I have to go back and look at my notes here really quick, guys. So Mekhi Nelson is an interesting one. 2025 running back from Oakdale, Connecticut. I'm actually doing a segment on him right now in 3 and Out, just kind of wrapped it up. Had a monster junior year, averaged 8.6 yards a carry, 212 rushing attempts. So it wasn't like he just touched the ball, 30 or 40 times. He scored 25 touchdowns. Good speed. He's got this style that's very Dowdell, it's very he can kind of run the stretch and then find the cutback, put his leg in the ground, and then accelerate and get up through the cutback. Or obviously he can get to the front edge of that kind of stretch play and turn the corner and get going. He's also a really good receiver. He's got a lot of things going on with him. But I think what Nebraska fans are going to ask themselves is, what does this mean about Jamarian Parker? Because things were trending so well with Jamarian Parker earlier on in the year after he decommitted from Arkansas, visited Nebraska, went to Nebraska a second time, seemed to kind of see the bigger picture, and then all of a sudden Alabama offers. He takes an unofficial visit there. TCU's obviously in the picture because of the assistant coach that left Arkansas that really kind of caused him to decommit and reevaluate things. He's now at TCU. So he's very much a relationships guy. Like he loves Barthel. He loves this coach, Jimmy Smith, that's at TCU. It's going to really depend like how he kind of, meshes and gels with the folks at Alabama. But I think that's an interesting offer to kind of keep, out there. But then obviously there's another one out there that really caught my eye, and Brody McWhorter. He's a 2026 quarterback. Now, why am I talking to you guys about a 2026 quarterback? Well, he just had 2 of them visit 2 weeks ago, and they were in town. One of them's last name happens to be Raiola, and the other one's last name happens to be Vanden Bosch. And it's just like, so you got 2 legacy guys that are there. You've got you add this guy now, and then you got Jet Tamala that's down the road at Millard South that's actually having a very good regional Elite 11 competition right now. Got some recognition earlier this week. So it's 2026 quarterback picture is going to be a lot of fun to watch. I would have to think, things are probably, a lot of money stacking up on the Raiola side. To kind of figure out like if he would be the guy, that they would want to kind of go ahead and mark him as the top choice. It's going to be an interesting fall, obviously, to see him take over the reins from his brother down there in Buford and see how he does it. But he's grown. I mean, this was a guy that when they offered him initially under Scott Frost, he must have been, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 inches shorter than his brother. Like in the pictures, he has just shot up. His body has completely and totally changed from everything that I have seen, everything that I have heard about him. So very interesting things happening in that 2020 with that 2026 quarterback spot.
Again, we're speaking to Bryan Munson, Huskerline.com. Well, Bryan, I love the roadmap and the blueprint that you describe. for Nebraska, what they're looking at, because obviously you can't forget 2024. So like we still are like making moves, and there's some portal stuff, but we're also eyeing and maybe like if you look at 25, just the following year, what are the hot spots for Nebraska? Because they may be trending towards a quarterback get here soon.
Yeah, so TJ Lateef, I put in a prediction for him yesterday. Man, yesterday seems so much further than 24 hours ago. So Steve Wiltfong actually felt the confidence enough to kind of go in there and do it himself. I was kind of feeling it over the weekend after I had written my tunnel talk, and the more and more I just kind of kept thinking about it and conversations I was kind of having about him. Kind of felt like I was, really close to kind of popping on Sunday. Instead, I follow Steve, which was kind of enough to get me off the ledge and put my pick in as well. And I think Sean Callahan did the same. Lateef gets a lot of comparisons, and I don't want to startle anybody out there or make it sound like, this is the next coming, but he's from the same area as CJ Stroud. And CJ Stroud, obviously, very good quarterback, came out of Ohio State, had a huge rookie year last year for the Houston Texans. He played at Rancho Cucamonga High School. TJ Lateef is at Lutheran High School in Orange County. He plays against some amazing competition. He plays against Mater Dei, Servite, John Bosco. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. It's the who's who of like the toughest league in probably America that you can really play like Friday Night Lights football against. I mean, he is seeing some of the top talent from all those high schools and going up against them week in and week out. So obviously he's prepared differently. And I think that's always been huge. Like, I think that preparedness, probably is one of the factors about why, you're seeing Raiola where he's at, the command that he has had, with kind of doing things. And obviously Kalen is, there's a very advanced system kind of happening at Bellevue West too. People can't overlook that. So I think when you start to take that all into consideration, you realize that you're not jumping from the wing T to a college offense, right? You're not doing something like that, but you're really playing against similar type of players. The skill and the athleticism of those guys is on a level to what is kind of comparable to what they could see on Saturdays later on down the road. It just helps with the game to slow down, and you can come in and it's not making simultaneous adjustments. You're just having to tweak. You're just having to you're not making these big kind of things like, I've never seen a guy like that before, or never seen speed like this before all over the field. Those guys are seeing it every Friday night.
We're talking to Bryan Munson. Bryan, so what's kind of next? I mean, how long can we expect these coaches on the road for? Are there any other guys that you could see them bringing the house to like they're doing recently?
Let's see here. In-state guys, no, not really. Dawson Merritt probably makes some sense. The linebacker who Nebraska hosted a couple of weeks ago, obviously big time 4-star. Linebacker is a huge part of this class for Nebraska. I mean, Christian Jones and Dawson Merritt and Pierce Newberry. I mean, those are 3 guys obviously Nebraska fans need to know about and figure are right at the top of the list for Nebraska. So I think with Dawson Merritt, it would make some sense for them to kind of go ahead and bring the kid, bring the whole team out to kind of see him. And, there's still some commitments, obviously, that I don't think have gotten a visit, like Bryson Hayes and Tanner Turch. And, and I think Nebraska also wants to kind of get off the schneid again with, getting this quarterback piece really is going to help the next parts of it kind of come together, where you start to talk about, okay, Michael Terry now, or a Cortez Mills or an Emmanuel Choice. They understand who the quarterback is going to be because they were there in Lincoln with them during that official visit weekend. So I think that's big. And then I think the one thing that we were talking about off air is Jaden Mangum is obviously Nebraska is seeing a need in the secondary, or at least they're peering into the portal with the idea that they're trying to find guys that can help them, improve their team. Jaden Mangum is a transfer safety from Michigan State. The Huskers actually recruited him in 2021. I went through my Twitter. I had all of my old notes with him, even his old high school phone number.
Wow.
And Nebraska actually liked him under Scott Frost as a wide receiver or a defensive back. He started a few games as a freshman. He started like 10 last year, had 4 interceptions, and led the team in interceptions last year. So I think Nebraska sees a guy, a ball hawk that they can put back there that's going to help them, and they want to be better. They've talked about this. So they want to get better back there with causing turnovers, and Mangum's a guy that could certainly do that for him. And he starts his official visit today. And then there's 2 guys this weekend, high school guys. So this is an important week. This is a Broderick Scholl, important week kind of guy. Nick Clayton is a defensive end from Gainesville, Florida. He is twitchy. Like, put on his film. He is fun to watch. He is super quick, and you could obviously see him as like a pass rush specialist.
Brian, before we get you out of here, I think we should highlight the camp schedule, right? Isn't that that's going to be big time stuff coming up in June, I believe.
Yep.
Talk about those, because that's where you get sneak peeks of a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Also pretty cool if you didn't see the highlights and stuff on Twitter or X, whatever you call it. Matt Rule hosted a pretty cool youth camp down in Norris on Saturday, and got a lot of the kids. And you're building those fans when you do stuff like that.
And it's different under Matt Rule because of the productivity in terms of generating offers. We hadn't really seen that kind of scale before. You'd catch them here or there, but nothing ever to the number or the quantity of offers that Matt Rule extended over the last, the June time frame, whether it was in Lincoln or on the road. And it sounds like, of course, they're going to be down at Mary Hardin Baylor again down here in Texas, and they're going to swing back down to Houston again. So they'll be kind of doing more of a Central Texas, South Texas kind of camp that early part of June. I'm actually bringing up my 8th grader, future 9th grader, on June 8th. He's a deep snapper. So we're looking forward to getting up there on June 8th ourselves, working with Coach Foley and trying to pick up some things. But yeah, like a guy like Ike Ackerman, I mean, things could really, really, really be teetering on, whether or not he's kind of an offer guy or a top priority kind of walk-on guy. As a track guy, he is having a heck of a season. So, I mean, I think he's already getting some interest to kind of go ahead and go the track route, but I think he really wants to play football at the next level. But he's a guy to really keep an eye on when the track season or when the camp season comes around. Maybe a Ren Brown from Stanton, who's picked up an offer from Oregon State. He's an interesting guy that Nebraska maybe wanted to kind of get in and work with him and see how things are going. So yeah, camps are huge. I mean, I'm interested to see what they can turn over down here in Texas. I think that a lot of stuff now is going to be kind of 2026 out. So, but we'll see what kind of offers happen in the 2025 group, and maybe guys like Wren and Ackerman can maybe get them interested enough. Even like a Casey Schilke, or Sawyer Schilke out there from Kearney High School. I saw he just posted a video. He's a Northern Illinois commitment, but he just posted a 4.61 40, and that dude. And I think that he ran a 4.58 and said that the camera screwed up. So he's a guy too to kind of keep a close eye on as well. He's a 6'3", 225 guy, so he's a big dude.
Wow. Well, Brian, always a pleasure, man. Just full of knowledge, and you're always up and up. And I promise you, next week when we do this, will be better with the music. I promise.
Not going to hold it against you. Like I said, Mustang Sally is up there on the list too, but Huey Lewis is just a little bit higher.
I don't disagree.
Brian, oh, awesome, man. We appreciate your time, man. Take care of yourself. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. We'll see you.
See you, Brian.
Brian, HuskerLine.com right there. Good stuff from Brian, man. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will do stories that we missed.
You're listening to the Morning Hookup with Bill Hooks and Will Wilson. More coming up.
Was that better?
So, like, it would have gone either way.
What?
If I played Huey Lewis for him, you would have been like,
"No,
you didn't play my song. You didn't play my song."
I should have been clear. I just had 2 songs, and I know we usually have 3 segments, right?
I just don't like how you drop your pen and just, Will.
Ernesto said that Brian mentions Frost more than him. Not possible.
He also is wondering what's in my cup. Like he thinks I'm having a drink at 10:30 in the morning.
Coffee.
Like, we're not you, Ernesto.
Coffee. Ryan 840. Yeah, the bathroom talk. Teach him, Hooks. No small talk, no eye contact. No doubt. Can't happen. Can't happen.
Justin had probably the joke of the day so far.
Yeah.
I think Almeida was a 7-footer.
Wide.
Now Andre Almeida, he was a tank.
Shimanga wasn't. Jordy wasn't 7, was he?
No, I don't think so.
I've never seen a person put a layup on one side and the ball end up on the other side.
Yeah, but Robin had a great throwback. Sergey Vucetic.
Yeah, I didn't
Remember him?
No.
Yeah, he was one of the first recruits that Miles brought in.
I don't remember him. Who was the other? We had another. Olaf was 7, wasn't he? Olaf. Was he 7? Oleg. What is that guy's name? Oleg. Remember him?
Yeah, I do, but
7 foot. I mean, he was a project, but
Oleg. What was his name?
Oleg Knotts, right? OLAG Knotts. Can't remember the full name.
And then there was Brady Hyman.
He wasn't 7 though, was he?
No, but he was pretty close.
At a Plattsmouth, is that right?
Yeah, he was from one of those towns. What was his? That was
Caller.
Oleg wasn't a Hoiberg guy, right?
I thought he was.
Was he?
Thought he was.
Oleg Kolyonets.
There you go.
And he was 7 foot?
Yeah. I was right. Just don't know how to say his name. I knew we had one. Uh-oh. Caller on the line. Boy, I tell you what, if you guys aren't getting a chance, man, you're out and about today, roll your windows down. Finally. We've been through a lot of weather. A lot of people still suffering out there, man. Again, you continue for prayers for them and their families and the recovery process. But, man, we are finally maybe knock on wood for a few days. Nice weather. Nice spring weather. But 73, 74 today, man. Roll the windows down. Let me guess. Is it who I think it is?
Yes.
Okay. Claire said the sirens went off again last night at home. She's up towards.
No, she's in Omaha.
Yeah, I knew that they said, Moti said this morning they were up in that area, maybe Gretna. Welcome back in the morning hookup. A few moments left. We're talking about the sirens and stuff. I think Moat said they went off towards Gretna and that area, which is unfortunate. But, man, if you get out a chance, enjoy the weather here. Bellevue. Claire said Bellevue. Also, special thanks to Bryan Munson. Always good stuff with him. HuskerOnline.com. It is that time of the day. We get Ernesto. What up?
Hey, it's almost that time of the day. I don't start drinking till noon after the show. My time.
After the you got 8 minutes.
The drink after the drink.
The drink after the drink.
Drink after the drink.
Yeah.
But
I'll take the shot after the shot.
Will, you need to set up a Venmo for all the song requests you get. You know, you're almost like a human jukebox.
I love that.
And I listened to Turn That Radio for a little bit before you all came on. They were talking about Florida football. They knew nothing. Your last guest knew more about all the prospects that are coming from Florida. And one more thing, you know, Harper Murray,
Yeah.
you can do her community service at KFOR because you got the Wicked Witch of the West Wing that threw my first letter that was legitimately complimenting you guys away, and you found it in the trash.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
That's good.
You
That's
know,
always-
Harper Murray reference
yeah,
in
boy.
there.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's do
Wow.
let's do some stories that we missed.
Oh, my gosh.
Woo.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
Wow. Getting after that one. Boy, I you know what? I know you guys talked about it yesterday, but Husker baseball taking 2 out of 3. Not a fan. I thought you need to sweep, man. Got to take care of the business against those teams you got to take out, but they got problems on Sundays. Real problems, man.
Hey,
like,
man.
literally, if you look at it, like, I know, knock on wood, they could literally finish anywhere from 1st to, like, 10th with what's left.
I know.
They're a game back. right now of Illinois. I don't know.
They
It's
took the
just me.
series.
They took the series. Yeah, you needed to take this series. I get it. So,
By the way, we ran out of time, but Justin wanted to hear the Nick voicemail for Cinco de Mayo.
oh, get it tomorrow. I promise.
We'll get it tomorrow.
I promise you tomorrow. Remind me. So, hey, thanks for hanging out with Will. Now we appreciate you guys and gals so much. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll catch you on a hump day.